My husband died years ago. And after he left this world, I thought I had already cried all the tears my heart could hold. I thought pain had done its worst to me. But I was wrong. Because sometimes, loss does not come as death. Sometimes, it comes as trust breaking quietly, right inside your chest. Every month, without fail, I sent $300 to my son's girlfriend. I never missed a single month. Not even when my own hands trembled counting the money. I told myself I was helping family. I told myself this was what love looked like after loss. But one evening, sitting alone in my quiet house, I learned the truth. And in that moment, my heart broke in a way I never expected. Not loudly. Not with screams. It broke silently. Like a door closing forever. My husband and I were married for 36 years. We met young, built a life slowly, and learned how to forgive each other often. He was not a rich man. But he was steady. He believed in showing up every day, no matter how tired he felt. When he passed away, the house became too quiet. The kind of quiet that rings in your ears at night. I would sit at the kitchen table alone, staring at the empty chair across from me. Sometimes I spoke to him without realizing it. Sometimes I set out 2 cups of tea by mistake. Our son, Daniel, was my only child. After his father's death, he became my whole world. Daniel was kind, but sensitive. He felt things deeply, even if he did not always say them. A year after his father passed, Daniel told me he was seeing someone. Her name was Lisa. "She's been through a lot, Mom," he said softly. "She doesn't have much support." I nodded. I understood what it meant to feel alone. Lisa did not come from a stable home. That is what Daniel told me. "She struggles sometimes," he said. "But she's trying." When I finally met her, she smiled politely. She spoke gently. She thanked me for dinner. I wanted to like her. More than that, I wanted Daniel to be happy. One afternoon, Daniel called me. "Mom," he said, hesitating. "There's something I wanted to ask." I waited. I had learned patience from years of marriage. "Lisa is having trouble with rent," he said. "Just for this month. She's embarrassed to ask." I felt my chest tighten. $300 was not a small amount for me. My husband's pension covered my basics. I lived carefully. I did not spend much. But I remembered the nights I cried alone after losing my husband. I remembered wishing someone would help. "I can help this once," I said. Daniel sighed with relief. "Thank you, Mom. You have no idea what this means." I mailed the money that same day. The next month, there was another call. Another reason. A utility bill. A doctor visit. A work delay. Each time, Daniel asked gently. Each time, he sounded ashamed. "Just this month," he always said. I told myself it would stop. I told myself it was temporary. But months turned into years. Every month, $300 left my hands and entered hers. I cut back on groceries. I stopped replacing old clothes. When my car needed repairs, I took the bus instead. I told myself sacrifice was part of love. Lisa rarely spoke to me directly. She sent short thank you messages. Sometimes not even that. I noticed things, quietly. Photos online. New handbags. Weekend trips. When I asked Daniel, he brushed it off. "Don't overthink, Mom," he said. "She deserves small joys too." I nodded. I always nodded. At night, I would lie awake. I asked myself questions I was afraid to answer. Was I helping? Or was I being used? But then guilt followed. What kind of mother doubts her own son? I told myself I was imagining things. I told myself love meant trust. And so, I kept sending the money. One rainy afternoon, I went to the bank to check a statement. I wanted to understand my finances better. The young teller hesitated. Then she looked at me kindly. "Ma'am," she said, "are you aware of these recurring transfers?" She showed me the records. Years of payments. I nodded. Yes. But something inside me felt heavy. That evening, I searched Lisa's name online. Not out of suspicion. Out of exhaustion. What I found froze me. Public posts. Comments. Photos. She was not struggling. She was living comfortably. Very comfortably. Trips. Expensive dinners. A new apartment. And then I saw it. A post from 6 months ago. Thankful for my real partner who supports me through everything. The man in the photo was not my son. I called Daniel. "Who is he?" I asked calmly. Silence. "Daniel," I said softly, "tell me the truth." He exhaled. "She's been seeing someone else," he admitted. "But she promised it would stop." "And the money?" I asked. Another pause. "She said she needed it," he whispered. I didn't know what else to do. I closed my eyes. Years of sacrifice. Years of trust. And no one had protected me. I did not shout. I did not cry on the phone. I simply said, "I can't do this anymore." That night, I sat alone at my table again. But this time, I felt something different. Clarity. I stopped the payments the next morning. Lisa never called. Never asked why. Daniel apologized weeks later. His voice was small. "I didn't mean to hurt you, Mom." I forgave him. Not because it was easy, but because holding anger felt heavier than letting it go. I learned something important. Helping should never mean hurting yourself. Love should never require silence about pain. I started saving again. I bought fresh curtains. I planted flowers outside my window. Slowly, I felt whole again. My husband is still gone. That loss will always live with me. But I learned that even in loneliness, I must honor myself. If you are listening to this, remember this gently. Kindness is beautiful. But boundaries are love too. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is stop giving and start healing. And that is how I finally found peace. If you want,